Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Cody Johnson reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Tuesday, July 2nd. Tonight we report on the ruling in the death of a Vancouver man in Soap Lake and how the company Sonico now has more time before it has to move out of the Port of Moses Lake. We also look at how Smokeyam Days organizers are seeking volunteers and parade participants, and we reflect on the 150th anniversary of Gettysburg today. In sports, we have results from the Ephrata Raceway Park, and we'll tell you about a couple local athletes that have been nominated for ESPN awards. Our spotlight story tonight is about improvements at the Ephrata's Columbia Basin Hospital. And we have the latest about our hot weather, and hopefully it will cool down from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight, a 41-year-old Vancouver man drowned in Soap Lake on Sunday. Witnesses say Alexi Magden was reportedly standing in waist-deep water off West Beach at about 11 a.m. when he yelled and fell face first into the water. Soap Lake Police Chief Glenn Quant said people rushed to Magden's aid, and he was transported to Columbia Basin Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Some witnesses told police Magden may have suffered a seizure prior to submerging, but Grant County Coroner Craig Morrison said an autopsy could not confirm this. The cause of death was listed as freshwater drowning. The Port of Moses Lake is letting Sonico stay put for another 18 months. The aircraft service and repair company opened at the port in 1980 and currently employs about 40 people. Port officials previously gave them until July to find a new base of operations, pointing to serious structural concerns with the 70-year-old building. But after months of negotiations, port commissioners recently agreed to give the company until the end of 2014 to vacate. Port Executive Director Pat Jones said, hopefully this will allow them to build a facility here in Moses Lake. We're trying to do everything we can to keep these jobs here. While the proposed agreement hasn't been signed yet, Sonico President W.B. Perdue indicates they're likely to comply. Perdue said after trying to find a new building in Yakima and Wenatchee, the company decided to build its own 42,000 square foot building on Randolph Road in Moses Lake. The company will finance the construction, which will cost between $4 and $5 million. 4 people were reportedly injured yesterday in a rollover crash on Road 5 Northwest, about 5 miles southeast of Quincy. Clara Silva, a 42-year-old East Wenatchee woman, was driving a 2000 Honda Odyssey East when she reportedly failed to negotiate a curve. According to Grant County Sheriff's officials, Silva drifted off the south side of the road and reportedly overcorrected, causing the Honda to roll onto its top. Silva was transported to the hospital for treatment of non-life-threatening injuries, along with 19-year-old Miguel Gomez and 2 children ages 2 and 7, all of which are from East Wenatchee. About 50 people are needed to carry banners honoring fallen soldiers during the Smokeyam Days parade on Saturday. The banners are part of a traveling tribute called Fallen Soldiers Forever Remembered. Following the parade, the banners will be on display at East Beach Park. People who volunteer to carry a banner should be at least 5 feet tall to carry them comfortably. Volunteers will meet in front of the McKay Healthcare Center on 2nd Avenue prior to the parade to sign a liability release form and get their banner. Jane Montagny with the American Legion Auxiliary asked interested parties to call her in advance at 509-754-4889 or 509-760-1433. Smokayam Days Parade organizers are still looking for entrants of all kinds who are invited to join in under the theme Celebrate Your Freedom in Soap Lake. Floats aren't a requirement, and businesses, organizations, or individuals can join in with cars, trucks, bikes, trikes, or on foot. There is no fee to enter, but entrants must fill out an application form in advance. The form is available at soaplakeforlocals.com/Smokayam Days 2013. The parade is on Saturday starting at 11 a.m. Check-in, parade lineup, and judging begins at 9 a.m. in front of the McKay Rehab Center at 127 2nd Avenue Southwest. Smokayam Days also features a breakfast at the Soap Lake Senior Center from 7 to 10 a.m., a salmon feed at the Soap Lake Businessmen's Club from 2 to 7 p.m., craft and vendor booths at East Beach Park throughout the day, and fireworks over the lake at dusk. More information is available by calling 509-246-1660. Sounds like a good time. Each of the people you see here have warrants for their arrest and are wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages with an update on the heat wave here in the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center.